It's a warm welcome wherever you are watching us from here in Kenya, Africa, and of course across the globe. This is Sporting TV, your number one leading sports channel, and I'm your host, Molo Collins, and I'm going to take you through the nitty-gritties concerning this crucial match between Kenya Harambee Stars against the Chipolopolo of Zambia. Remember that this is the fourth match that McCarthy is going to be in charge in this CHAN competition. Remember that so far Kenya has not lost a single match in the three competitive fixtures that so far Harambee Stars have played. And in the first match, Kenya managed to see off the Democratic Republic of Congo by a single goal, of course, which was scored by, of course, Austin Odhiambo. And in the second match, Kenya managed to draw against Angola. Remember that match, Kenya managed to play with 10 men, and the biggest shocker of the competition was against Morocco when Kenya managed to see the Atlas Lions of Morocco by a solitary goal, which was scored, of course, by Ryan Ogam, a match which saw Kenya also play with 9 men after one of their players was given marching orders. So far, Kenya has not lost a single match so far in this competition, which is a very good return for Benny McCarthy and his charges. So far, the mood is very high in that Harambee Stars camp, and the goodies keep on coming. Remember now that Harambee Stars are so far garnered 2.5 million in the 3 matches that Kenya has played so far, and the president has just issued another statement that Harambee Stars is going to pocket another 2.5 million if they manage to make it into the quarterfinal. And so far as we speak, Kenya is in that quarterfinal competition. No matter the result, that will depend if the other matches, of course, are beating Morocco and of course the Democratic Republic of Congo. So far so good for Team Kenya. Enough of so much introduction, let's get down to it. Remember to view, like, subscribe and share, and you can also drop a comment on the comment section down below. Let's get interactive across all social media platforms, that I'll be sure to sample some of your views and thoughts on my next show, and I'll also be keeping tabs on the rest of the matches going on, of course, in Uganda and Tanzania, the 3 host nations where all the matches of these showpiece of the AFCON 2024 is taking place. Well, let's start. And Benny McCarthy has started his reign as Harambee Stars coach on a very high note, so far not losing a match in this CHAN competition, and it was a shocker when Kenya managed to defeat of course the Atlas Lions, that is the Moroccans, by a single goal which was notched in by Ryan Ogam. This is a Tusker striker who has been in a very good form. Remember that he was leading the goal scoring charts in the Kenya Premier League before he got injured, and so far many offers have come from far and beyond, and also from the countries like Sweden, where Ogam is being wanted, and many teams are keeping tabs on him, including the record Premier League champions, that is Gor Mahia. And just recently we saw that his parents managed to meet Owalo in his office to discuss terms if, of course, the striker is going to join the record Premier League champions, that is Gor Mahia. Remember, so far Gor Mahia has been very active in this transfer window, so far getting 4 players who are taking part in this CHAN competition. They have Siraj Mohammed, they have Michael Kibwage, and they also have other players who I think that they are keeping tabs on, and I think it's going to be a very interesting season to watch in KPL. Let's turn to Harambee Stars, and in that match against Moroccans, remember that Benny McCarthy managed to ring in some changes, and it somehow managed to work. Not many expected, of course, Benny McCarthy to ring in those changes, but he defied all the odds that says if it works, it never change it. And of course, Benny McCarthy went on to make 6 changes which managed to have a very big impact in that Harambee Stars match defeating Morocco. So expect maybe a few changes also in this match beating Zambia, who are already out of this competition. Remember that Zambia has not won a single match in this competition in this Group A match. And another factor is just that I've been talking about is that in this Pool A, Kenya was the lowest ranked team when this competition started, and they managed to defeat Morocco, the Atlas Lions, the team that is ranked among the best in Africa. Remember that Kenya was the lowly ranked team in that 24th position, and of course Zambia 18th position, and of course Angola was ranked in that 20th position, and it was not a very easy pull, of course, for Team Kenya, but somehow they managed to pull through, and they will proceed to the quarterfinals. And many are pitting Kenya to go ahead and top this Group A so that they can get an easier side or an easier opponent who of course has to come from the other group, which of course will finish in that second position. And slots are still yet to be grabbed between of course Morocco and of course Democratic Republic of Congo. So far Angola has also been knocked out. Zambia is also out of these showpiece, which leaves Kenya and of course Democratic Republic of Congo and Morocco to try and get that top spot in that Group A pool. And of course various players have been on very good form, and many were surprised also not to see the likes of Osino Diambo start in that attack for Harambee Stars, because Osino Diambo has been phenomenal for Team Kenya in this CHAN competition. And of course there is Ryan Ogam and the two center backs who turns up for Gor Mahia, rather, that is Omija and of course Sylvester Owino. They've been very crucial in that Harambee Stars backline, and there's also the captain, that is Abud Omar, and also on the other side there's Siraj Mohammed, who was given the nod to start in that match between Kenya and Morocco. And of course he did not disappoint. Siraj Mohammed was rock solid in that of course Harambee Stars defense. And in between the six there's Bran Omondi, who has so far only conceded one goal for Harambee Stars, and his crucial saves meant a lot for Team Kenya, defeating Morocco and giving the Kenya chance to proceed in that quarterfinals, which of course is yet to be decided on which team that of course Harambee Stars is going to meet in that quarterfinals. Remember, if Kenya manages to top this group, then that means that that match will be played here in Kenya at the Moi Sports Center, Kasarani. Because if any team that is co-hosting this showpiece manages to win their pool, that means that automatically they will host their quarterfinals at their home ground, that is Uganda, Tanzania, and of course Kenya here in Kenya. And many are pitting Harambee Stars to go the way because they have anything at their disposal. So far the president has been very vocal, urging Team Kenya to go all the way and try to win this competition, which Kenya so far proved the ability that they can do it. Remember, in my earlier shows I say that if Kenya can defeat Morocco, then it means that they are good to go. It means that they can compete with the likes of course Senegal, Algeria, and of course Morocco. So it has been a shocker of a competition, not just here in Kenya, but also remember that Sudan managed to dispatch the Super Eagles of Nigeria by 4-0. That was a shocker, and many are expecting surprises and upsets to still come in this ongoing competition of CHAN, which will be the very first time that this competition is being hosted here in East Africa, Kenya, Uganda, and of course in Tanzania. Well, many don't know which first 11 that Benny McCarthy is going to start with. Remember that the match that Kenya played against Angola and the match that Kenya played against the Atlas Lions, that is the Moroccans, and of course McCarthy managed to pull in some surprises in that Harambee Stars first 11. So to tell you that the team that is going to start in that match at the moment is very difficult, because even the captain, that was Abu Omar, did not start in that match. That goes to tell you that the level of confidence that Benny McCarthy has in his team is on another level, because maybe the changes that he did not disappoint, and Kenya managed to play one of their hardest game in their history against the Atlas Lions, and Kenya were only playing that match with 10 men, and they could have easily added more goals if it was not the heroics of the Moroccan goalkeeper making some crucial save at one point of the game. So very positive vibes coming from Team Harambee Stars, and there is also this very young midfielder, 19-year-old Mazrui Okwaro, who has been pulling the strings inside that middle of the park for Team Kenya, and the 19-year-old that so far received from as far as possible from Algeria and other country, wanting him to put a sign on paper and maybe move to their team from KCB. So a very interesting turn of events for Team Kenya and Kenya as a nation, because so far the East African countries have not disappointed. So far, it's very likely that Kenya is going to top this group. Remember that Tanzania has also managed to top its group in another group, and also Team Uganda has also managed to proceed into that quarterfinal. So a good showing from the East African countries that yeah, football is possible if structures are put in place, the right mechanisms are followed. Then Kenya is good to go. Then this is also a wake-up call for the Football Federation of Kenya to try and put the right mechanism, the youth systems, the grassroots of football. Then this means that Kenya is good to go to an even greater stage. And remember, the 2027 showpiece of the AFCON is also coming. This is a big one that will include the who's and who's in the game of football, the likes of Sadio Mane, the likes of Osimhen, the likes of Mohamed Salah, and the list goes on and on. And this shows that if preparations are good, then the motivation is there. And the big question still remains, is it the tactics of Benny McCarthy that is proving too good for Team Kenya to perform at this level, or is it the package that the president has so far promised Team Kenya in this competition, or is it the 12-man, the crowd that is pushing Team Kenya to go all the way and perform against all odds? Well, drop your views and thoughts on if you think that Team Kenya has really improved, because at the moment, what is being seen in Harambee Stars playing this CHAN is something that has never been seen before. And maybe you're thinking that maybe it's the money, maybe it's the motivation, maybe it's the home ground, maybe it's the 12th man, or maybe it's the tactics of the coach Benny McCarthy. Well, let's wait and see how things are going to unfold in this match, Kenya-Zambia. Give me your prediction, and which team do you think is going on to win this crucial match between the Chipolopolo of Zambia against the Harambee Stars of Kenya? And I'll be sure to sample some of them in my next show. As for me and the rest of my crew, let's meet at the Moi Sports Center, Kasarani. Let us observe the CAF regulations. Let us not spoil it for Team Kenya. And so far, the fines have been coming for the Football Federation from the CAF. And if you are not serious, then the sanction may take effect if you are not yet disciplined on the rules and regulation of football and the CAF football. If you don't have a ticket, of course, just watch from home and let us avoid Norma kabisa. As for me and the rest of my crew, let's do this again next time. I've been your boss, Molo Collins. As for Team Kenya and the rest of Kenya, I wish Kenya a good luck, and if possible, let's show the Chipolopolo of Zambia what we are really made of.